Hi, good morning. We continue our journey with the MySQL, beautiful MySQL now. The last couple of videos I have published on different topics, focusing on the operators in the select queries. We saw in operator. Today we'll see MySQL aliases. We use alias for many reasons in the MySQL. It's used in select query or for reports. There are two types of alias you can use. One is column, one is table. It's for more readability. It makes more meaningful. When we create a table, we'll put some name for the table, a short table name or a long table name. But in the query, we want the reports to be very pretty, crisp and sharp. So we use the aliases on column and table names. To shorten the query names, to save the code too, is more readable for the managers. We use the as keyword for both, a table or column. It only exists for the duration of the query, the alias, and then it disappears. For example, general syntax: select column names as alias name. Select column name as alias name from table name. Simple syntax. This is select columns from table name as alias name. When you use table, multiple columns, but for a column, each column you can put comma, another column, and then as alias name for the second column. Multiple columns can be used. Multiple table names in the condition and where clause in the query. Example 1. We use the same table here. Remember passengers table from last couple of videos? Passenger ID, name, number of luggage, from, to, source, destination. Let's see here. Select PID, P name as, select PID, comma. We don't want to say P name, we want to say passenger name. So from passengers, this is called the alias. We use the as keyword, where num bag equal to 3, number of baggages. We refer this table. So this query will go here and see wherever is 3, equal to 3. So it will fetch this record, and then what we want to print? PID, passenger name, 100 Bob Evans, 105 Sam Ted. Here we use the alias as column name. Let's see here. Select PID, P from as passenger from. We're using two columns, two aliases. PTO as passenger 2. From passengers where number of bag equal to 4. So let's check here. 4 is here, 4 is here, 2 rows. It brings up the passenger from, passenger to for those two records, 101 and 106. You see the 4. This is the display. Third example, we are using the table aliases with the as keyword. Example, select some columns from passengers P is the alias, train places table. We refer the other table here. We use the train places. This table will have the primary key as the P from. The P from refers to here. In this table, it's the foreign key. So when you create the table, you will be creating primary key on PID, foreign key P from references this table where it is the primary key. So that's the relationship between primary key, foreign key in here, foreign to this table, but here it's the primary key. Here it displays all the state, country, whether it's a tourist spot or not. So we have two tables, train places. So coming back here, we use the second table, train places, TP. So when you want to write here, since there is more than one table, you have to specify which table. If I didn't use the alias, I have to use passengers.pid. Imagine I have to write passengers, and here I have to put train places. For if you are displaying 50 columns, that's a lot of code. That's why we use the alias, TPP. And when you put a lot of join conditions, it's easy to just put P instead of passengers, So P.from equal to TP.P from. It's primary key, foreign key on that table. This is the output when you execute this query. PID, P name, state, 3 rows matching. And here we use actually column alias too. We don't want to say just tp.state, we just want to say state, P name, I use the alias on one column. Okay, so here we explained how to use aliases in columns and tables. So we will continue our discussion for the next MySQL topic using both the tables. Here I am going to use between operator in the select query. Previously we used in operator, in, not in. Here between in the select query. What is between? Just like a common thing, between 5 and 2, between January and February, between Miami and Tampa. So numeric, text, dates. On 3 types we can use range of values. When we say between, it's range of values. Start and end inclusive. When I say between 4 and 5, fetch me the records related to 4 and 5. Okay, general syntax. Select columns from table where column 1 between V1 and V2. General syntax. Let's run a query. Select PID numlog from passengers, the first table, where number of luggages between 3 and 4. Let's come back here. Number of luggages, passengers table, 3 and 4, these two, 3, 4. It will ignore these two, 3, 4. So there should be 3 and 4. There may be one or more conditions, So 1, 2, these 4 records are selected. Let's see if there is any other condition. Let's go back here. The first query is here, 4 records between 3 and 4. 100, 101, 105, 106. I said 4, right? Output we want to print the number of luggage. So 3, 4, 3, 4. 4 records fetched. Let's go to the next query. Select PID from passengers. When we say between, there should be a not between clause, right? Logically. So here I am using not between 3 and 4. So logically in a table, when I say here between 3 and 4, all the records that are not here should be displayed here, logically. See, PID, all these 3 are not here because remaining records, 50, whatever is here is not there. So these will be fetched. Not between 3 and 4, they just want to confirm there is 5, 2, 1. So these 3 will be displayed here. 102, 103, 104. Boston, LA, Alaska. Let's go to the third query. Here we use, yesterday we discussed about in operator in the subquery. Let's see how it's used here, So we are using 2 operators, between and in. We are adding more conditions, logical conditions. So select PID passenger 2 from passengers where numlog between 4 and 5. Same like this 3 and 4, but it's 4 and 5. So let's stop here and see 4 and 5. How many records? 1, 2, 3 records are there. So it will fetch these 3 in memory, 101, 102, 106. But I have more conditions. And I'm saying between 4 and 5 and P from not in all this. So LA, Miami, Tampa, Alaska, we have to exclude, not include, not in. So here we are using 2 operators, between, not in. So when you see the output, there is only 102 and LA when you run this query against these 2 tables. Here we are using 1 table. When you use this query on the 1 table, this is the output. Let's go further deep, Fourth query for this video. Select PID PTO from passengers P, train places TP. Alias used for table names, not for the column names. Where P from, TP, P from. Primary key here, it's foreign key here, references the primary key here. And P from between Oviedo and Tampa. See, it's just numbers. You can use text also, Oviedo and Tampa. At this level, if you go to here and see Oviedo and Tampa, Tampa is here. Alphabetically it goes. When I say O, see O and then PT, Tampa. Only these 2 will be in the memory. All these won't come A, B because we started, it said between O and P, starting letter. Alphabetically, second letter, third letter, it's sequenced. And I have more conditions. Let's see here. And TP.state has to be Florida. So when you run this query, it will go against these 2 tables. Miami, Tampa is in Florida. So that condition is satisfied. Each condition has to be satisfied for the final records to be output. So see here, final output will be PID PTO 105 Miami, 105 Alaska. Multiple conditions can be used. You can use hundreds of conditions. So imagine how complex a query can be. These are all simple queries. In a typical data warehouse, there will be so many AND conditions, OR conditions, but the computer executes very fast. So this is general idea between how to use in between operators. Next example, I'll give an example about how the dates, between dates, some complex queries. So it will be very interesting from now on, the journey of MySQL. You can use in other databases the same concept, but some of the syntax may be a little different, but the concept of database structures, queries are all same. Please watch my other videos. I have hundreds of HTML, PHP, C, C++, Java, also yoga, medical nursing. We have about 50 videos, and games, how to play chess, tic-tac-toe. Thanks for your time. Thanks for watching.